This exhibition is called Chow, Making the Chinese American Restaurant. And we wanted to tell a compelling cultural story. And when we were doing research, we realized that the story of Chinese American cuisine is one of the most extraordinary ones of hardship, adaptation, and entrepreneurship. And also it's one that everybody can relate to because no matter where you are in the US, you're probably not very far from a Chinese American restaurant. At the time when Chinese American restaurants got their start, anti-immigrant sentiment in the US was at a fever pitch. There were a lot of insults and attacks on Chinese immigrants, and we actually enacted a law called the Chinese Exclusion Act, which banned immigration from China for over 60 years. And the Chinese Americans who were left behind didn't have very many opportunities, so they turned to opening businesses, among which were restaurants.
Dear America, why they hate you run deep in America? Why they wanna kill me in America? Is it me or is it cause they scared of us? Said America, dear America, why they hate you run deep in America? Why they wanna kill me in America? Is it me or is it cause they scared of us? Moment of truth, they show their colors when the virus hit. I'm American, fuck if you don't acknowledge it.
We the only tough China man I know.
Charleston White. Suck my Chinese fucking.
I was popping. What it is, man? Uncle Nick.
Yo, you just kind of scared the shit out of me, bro.
Oh, my bad. Like that's kind of how I start my shit. I be go like 0 to 100. Like let's get to it, son. My bad. Like yo, hold on. Let me start it a little. You know what I mean, more regular.
No,
yo.
it's good.
Okay,
good.
cool.
I'm up now. I'm awake.
Okay, got you.
Shit out good because I was about to. I was on my now shit from it, but that woke me up.
Now, as you all know, Charleston White, our favorite fucking mental midget, the high-functioning retard himself, you know what I mean, has been saying some pretty nasty stuff about the Asian community as of lately, basically trying to incite violence through his racist rhetoric, talk about your Asian businesses gotta get robbed and we don't respect Asian people and all this bullshit, you know what I mean? Basically, speaking for the black community as a whole, which we all know he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, he's been going back and forth with China Mac. They had a little words and stuff like that, to say the least. He tried to flag China Mac over there on Instagram, get his page deleted and shit. So his shit's been popping off, you know what I mean? But when I did my interview with China Mac, there was a clip in there that I haven't aired yet, you're gonna see it now, which we actually talked about the Asian and black experience, you know what I'm saying, in America, once upon a time back in the days, and how there were similarities there, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers coming over here, trying to get it popping, take care of their family, and just get on a good foot, live the American dream, you know what I mean? So I thought this would be pertinent, and I would interject this within the discussion, you know what I mean? Because I think this is pretty important, and I got a lot of love for Asian people, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love for everybody, and I condemn hate speech altogether, you know what I mean? So, let's get into the meat and potatoes, let's break it down, and let's do our motherfucking thing, you know what I mean? But before we do that, make sure that you hit the like button, you share the video, you know what I mean? You subscribe and you hit the all notifications button. But without further ado, further delay, let's get to it, son! So now, you see a lot of crime with, against elderly Asians right now. And one thing that I respect about your movement off the rip is that you show consistency. Right. So anybody that had like some slick shit to say about the Asian community or was violating the Asian community and it was over a period of time from like the Queen's Flip situation where I saw you over there and I said, okay, this is China Mac, to, then you had the kid, Little Pump. Mm-hmm. He was saying some shit and then it spun around. Even Benzino, he went on like a bugged out rant with the cop in the car. Mm-hmm. I see Hassan Campbell was sided with him and had some shit to say. You made a video, whoop-de-woo. But one thing about you is that through all that, till now when you they can't burn all of us, it's not like you can say, yo, China Mac just trying to be. Nah, nigga, I know, because I watched through the years that, you always speak your piece about your culture. Like, when you hear shit like that, and what goes through your mind? Like, how do you feel when you hear that stuff, and what makes you want to be vocal about it. Because there's a lot of people that in life they're just not confrontational. You on parole, you just saying you just got off. So evidently you had other obligations for paperwork and shit like that. What made you still want to be like, man, fuck that?
Because it's like, I think that people just feel too comfortable to do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people wouldn't do that type of shit to certain people that they know is
Bust
you're not
that
just
ass.
gonna go to a Mexican and be like, start talking Mexican, because you know them the motherfuckers gonna fuck around and chop you up. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to a black community and saying none of that shit because you know shit, but it's okay, it's kind of normalized with the Asian community because we don't really say nothing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really like confrontational. People could get away with certain shit like that. And I'm
Well,
not
see,
saying,
that's outside of New York. Because I'm from LES, that's where we at right now. And I grew up with Chinese kids that, yo, they was getting busy, son.
Yeah.
They was busting kids' ass.
but it's not like that no more.
No, it's not like that now. But, pardon me, because you're talking about your culture, so you know better than me. But what I mean is that that's what makes me say, like, y'all fucking with the wrong ones at the right time, and maybe it's other Asian communities across America and different people that maybe aren't as live as certain things were at a certain time. So now people kind of think it's sweet in a certain sense. But for me, I know how Asians get down, so that's why I be bugging me personally when I hear shit like that. But anyhow, bro.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, you might have some people that's gonna speak up, but a lot of times, especially like on you know, in the media, you don't really see too many people speaking up, and too many people speaking up in a way that people's gonna pay attention, right? So like, I just feel like it's just normalized. People just like, you know, people just feel like it's okay to say certain shit when it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody turned around and said that shit about you or your people, then it would be an issue. So why wouldn't it be an issue for anybody else? You understand what I'm saying? And yeah.
Chinese people helped build the railroads, man.
Right.
Like, they went through a lot. They were here with us. They got banned. All types of shit. Because I had did an episode on Asian cuisine. And I think it might have been the episode that I did with Poison Pen. You knew the spot in Brooklyn, Kung Kao, whatever the name of it is. But I like to add history to what I'm doing so people can learn something, even though I'm bugging the fuck out. You know what I'm trying to say? So, and they were talking about how, you know, certain people came over from China. They were getting involved in this. I think it was the gold and doing railroads and doing different stuff. And then after that, there was like some shit that went on where like it was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Y'all can't do nothing now.
Yeah,
and
it was because
ill.
the Chinese came here for the gold rush, during the gold rush, right? And that was like a long time ago. I don't know, 17, I don't know when the fuck that shit was. But it was a long fucking time ago. The Chinese came over here for the gold. When the gold ran out, when that shit was over, when it was all tapped out, the Chinese
have to still get money.
have to do something. But it wasn't really getting money because the white people were using them as indentured servants. So they weren't
Oh
slaves.
shit, I didn't know that.
They weren't slaves, but they were like getting.
They were working off a tab.
They were working.
Kind of like doing a bid, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Indentured servants. That's what we were.
Doing a bid.
We're indentured servants, right?
And then you get out and they're like, yo, go do you.
Nah, but basically they came here and they were just getting paid nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like a really small.
So who was bringing them over?
It was they were like, a lot of them was tricked over here. A lot of them was like, yo, there's gold out here. Like you come out here.
Oh, so they had a person there that did the 1-2,
Right.
Made it sound
And
beautiful.
was bringing people over there, right?
Put the battery in their back.
And when
Gotcha.
when they get there, it's
Whack as
it's
fuck.
fucked up. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So like, you know, the Chinese were here and they were willing to do the extra work for nothing.
Because
right?
they're leaving poverty with the idea that we're gonna prosper.
Right.
So, oh fuck it, it's a little hard right now. We come from hard times. Let's get it.
Right.
But now you're figuring out that now the game's rigged.
Right. So they get here, and then when the gold ran out, they was like, all right, we need to build railroads. So they started putting the Chinese people on there to do the railroads, and they was doing it, killing themselves doing it, but they were diligently doing it. They were hard, you know, Chinese people are hardworking people. You feel me? So they did it, boom, boom. But then now the white people got mad, the people that was living here already was like, oh, there's no jobs for us because y'all paying all these motherfuckers. Same thing they just did to the Mexicans.
Immigration has always been an issue in America.
Right. So then they put the Chinese Exclusion Act and got them like, you know, then they did.
That's what it was, yeah.
Right, started rounding them up.
Get out of here.
Fuck the Chinese, making everything.
No, basically how they would do, you can't drink at this water fountain, like how they did to black folks.
Right.
Basically, it was done to Chinese in America.
Right.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people don't even know that, but you know.
See, one of the loves of my life, Julie. I'm not gonna say your last name.
Julie, what up, baby?
You know what I'm saying? But she was Chinese. She went to fucking China because she was a boss. She was a lawyer. She's like, I'm gonna learn Mandarin because I'm not hiring Mexicans. I'm gonna hire all my people to build my homes and do this and that. And yo, Julie. So she needed to speak Mandarin perfectly. So she went there to study it because she grew up over here. And then she came back. She's a very smart girl. But I have a lot of connections to the Asian community.